Hello friends, welcome back to my channel where we are learning blockchain. Today's topic is in the continuation of my previous video where I have tried to explain you what is consensus and what is consensus mechanism and how it has been used within blockchain. So my today's topic is coming from one of the very good algorithm which comes under consensus mechanism, which is called proof of work. In short, we are calling it as PoW. So this is one of the algorithm which has been used widely into a Bitcoin, and we have been using and explaining these things in multiple times in my previous videos also. So let's begin. As I told you before, there are multiple consensus mechanisms, and one of the one which I am talking today is proof of work. Like the similar way, multiple mechanisms are there, which is called as a proof of stake, proof of work versus this, delegated proof of stake, proof of capacity, authority, activity, elapsed times, Benjamin fault tolerance. So there are many which has been used by multiple cryptocurrencies and multiple blockchains with respect to the various techniques which they are using. But some of the widely used one are proof of work, proof of stake, Benjamin fault tolerance. Right? This has been widely accepted in a multiple blockchains. Now, if I'll try to explain you what is proof of work, before that you need to understand that why proof of work is required, correct? And what is there which miners need to do to compete on the proof of work. So proof of work is being used by miners to validate any block which has been mined by a which has been mined by a miner to add into a blockchain. So how it has been happening? Suppose there are a lot of transactions which is already combined in a mempool, and any miner is trying to create those transactions and add into a block. So what will happen? So let's see what will happen to create a new block. So just think in a way that it's a very tough rat race. Whenever there is a set of transactions has been accumulated and any miner is trying to solve that puzzle to create those number of transactions in a block to mine and to add into a blockchain, it's a complete thorough rat race, because all the miners linked within that particular blockchain network will start into a same time, and whoever will crack it first, they will add the block into a blockchain. But the story will not be solved at that time. What will happen? So when a miner adding any block into a blockchain, it needs to get into a verification process and a validation process, and after that an acceptance process. Why this has been required? To have a consensus in reference from all the miners who are being linked within the blockchain network. So how it has been happening? So just think in a way that there are multiple miners. So how many miners are there? In this we can see there are around 8 miners, right? All have similar blockchain, because all the miners will have the access to all the blockchain available in the network. And in general, this particular miner has mined this block and added into a blockchain, correct? This miner was very first into a rat race. He added that particular block into a blockchain, but this block has been added into a blockchain which has been listed with this miner, but this has not been widely spread across to the network. So what this miner will do, this miner need to send this block information to all the miners linked within this network so that they can accept and add it into a blockchain, right? So what will happen? This miner will send the information to all the miners. Once the miners will validate that particular block and they accept and give the confirmation that they are happy to accept this particular block into a blockchain, then only that particular block can be added. So in that case, how this can be happened? When the majority of the stake, around 60%, 51% minimum or more than that, will accept that particular block to be added, then only that block can be added into a blockchain. So now if you can see here, we can say around 70% miners have accepted this block to add into a blockchain. Hence this block can be added as a particular block, newly added particular block into a blockchain. This is how the proof of work works. So proof of work in a simple term will add value. Majority of the miners added into a blockchain will give a verification and validation for the particular block, right? Now if you will see, when we are seeing there are benefits, there will be a limitations also. The benefits, it will defend from the DOS attack, it will prevent abuse and misuses, correct? Because the validations will happen. But limitations is very expensive and the computation power is very high, and electricity is also very high because they are using very high power devices to do the mining. And when they are continuously doing so many miners to mine the particular block, energy consumption is very high. So these are the pros and cons which I have written here. There are high level of security with this proof of work. It's a decentralized system to verify transactions, and it will allow miners to earn the cryptographic rewards for that. But it is inefficient and slow in the transaction speed. It consumes lot of high energy uses, and it's costly as mining requires expensive equipment, which I have mentioned before. So this is how we summarize for the proof of work. I hope you understood the proof of work is a simple consensus mechanism to get a complete thorough understanding of a particular block from the miners who are linked within the blockchain, so that we can add the particular mined block into a blockchain, and that block will be mined in every 10 minutes roughly, as we have explained before, right? I hope you understood the proof of work. This is very important consensus mechanism used within the Bitcoin, and it is very widely accepted. Thank you so much for listening. I will come back in my new video with the proof of stake. Thank you so much.